Good morning, everyone. It is early, about 4:49 a.m. I just put this trade on in Forex, the Euro USD, and my entry is 1701, and I have a target. My first target would be 1682 for a 1-to-1 ratio or risk reward. But I'm looking for, 1675, which would be uh, my 2-to-1 minimum. So I'll just let this one run, and that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera, and as we progress, I'll continue. I'll log back in. I'll let you know how I created the trade. Okay, so I'm back. What I basically did here is always look left. When I do my futures trading, I always tell you to look left, right? And over here, we had a little bit of consolidation. We came up, from a nice move up, and then just a little bit of consolidation, and we just started dropping down here. So when we had that little pullback, we came back down here, a little more consolidation, dropped back down. This was a good area to place, where I wanted to go short. And if we take a look here now, we had the candle up, another candle down. We had this little pin bar, right? And I decided to go short right here. All right. Over here, we may see a little bit of resistance, but then it should be a straight shot down. All right. So I did put my just a little reminder of where support is. And this would at least give me uh, a 1-to-1 ratio here. So we'll see. 1701, 690, right? So it's this is I believe a 10 tick stop or a 10 pip stop limit. Yeah, that's what it is. So I would like to at least get here, but I could always move with Thinkorswim. You can move the whole bracket down, so I could bring you right to the entry, and then we could come back down again. All right. So typically, just like this, I could go from here and move the whole thing down. But I won't. I'll just keep it where it's at. And I did come up with a tool using a Fibonacci that gives me my profit loss as well. I just have it as a very light gray because I don't like to see anything really on my charts that I don't need to. And I can move this chart completely out like that. Let's make it a little bigger. So my first target is 1690. And we'll see. So we're at 1693. Going to move the target down one more. So once we hit the first target, I will move my stop to break even. This is all for educational purposes, obviously. I'm only doing 10,000, which is called a mini lot. It's live. It's real money, but um, yeah, we'll see how it works out. I'll just keep this on for another few minutes. We're at 5 minutes now. So I'm going to go back up, and then I'm going to probably short, let it come back down a little bit, then short it back, then go long back up where this indicator is. We'll see if we get another push down. And I'll come up with different colors. I usually make this a little darker. So being that I'm short, I have to buy back on this side. So on the ask, we need to come down just a little bit more. I'll pause the video and I'll come back. So we have the next candle. I'll print. I'm on a 1 hour chart. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Go to a 15-minute chart. This is what it looks like. So you can pretty much set your levels on a 15-minute chart and use like a 5 or a 1 minute chart to really pinpoint the entry. And I did create these labels letting me know pretty much what the ranges are. So the last candle gave me a range of 11 pips, 11.8 pips. So typically what I could do is you could take the trend line tool and go where my entry is to my first target, which would be right here. And that's going to give me, that's 10 ticks right there. All right. 20 ticks will be somewhere around here. So it's a pretty cool tool to have. So if you like this kind of content, let me know because I do trade crypto. And this is the London session, which I have a indicator below telling me when it started. So it started at 3 o'clock. All right. And then remember, we're Asia also is, so it's London, and then we pretty much have Asia. And I think I have, yeah, Asia started right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'll come back. So where we're at right now is the candle went above my entry. So now I'm in the negative. Before I was in the positive. But I'm still in my zone on the 15-minute time frame. I'm still in my sell zone. Okay, so I'm still thinking that we're going to be okay. So that's called multi-time frame analysis, right? So I went from my 1 hour, which was here, and I created the zone on the 1 hour. If you go back here, I explained this earlier in the video, right? Even though other concepts say, hey, you broke above it, right? But those candles here were pretty direct candles. These are big candles, all right, on the way down, right? You had sellers come up here, then just a very small amount of buyers, sellers came directly back in again, okay? I did hit the first target, which was right here before, right? So now we're going to make it further down, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. All right, this is a slower process than obviously scalping. I'll come back. Hey, we're back. So we had a wicking candle up, back down. So this is telling me that and this is what I wanted to see actually, like a candle like this. And I'm not putting too much weight into this candle because we had a bunch of sellers come in here. So sellers were definitely active. Get one more push up possibly, and then we'll come back down. So that's what I'm thinking. And I will put you on pause, and I'll come back. Hey, we're back. We do have the red candle. Um, and the buyers didn't push it up as high as this candle. I mean, sellers ultimately came in. Buyers came in. Sellers are still active. All right, remember, sellers came down here. Buyers brought it back up. We're going to see if we get this push down here, and then I'll come back in the video. Also, you have to realize with the way that this broker does it is commissions are the spread between bid and ask. That's how it's created. So you're paying a commission up front, so you're always at a negative. And being that I'm short, I have to buy. And if I have to buy, I have to buy on the ask. And this is the reason why I have a buy ask. Because this way you're selling. If you go to the ask, I'm selling. I could buy the ask to get me out. This is the only time you'll ever see me with a buy ask. Because when I'm scalping futures, it's completely different. All right. So now we're back to a little bit of buyers coming in, and I'm expecting a push down. All right. We're still in this little channel, so there's really nothing to do. until we just have to wait. Patience pays. All right, so I'll come back. All right, so we're back and we got another candle print, and buyers may have a little advantage here, uh, but still we're making lower highs and we're making lower low. All right, so let's see how this candle plays out. I'll come back. So we're back and we got a burst of selling in here. All right. So at this point, if I was doing order flow, I'd be adding to my position right about here. We're looking to add for a push completely down. When you see no wicks on a push completely down, it's telling me that sellers were definitely in control. All right. So if you were doing the order flow, you would see a direct hit of bids being uh, you're pulling up bids, right? Passive orders, and they'd be hitting the bid for the market orders. You would see that right here, but this is not order flow. And then you would just look for continuation. So here I'm looking for a move below the low of this prior candle. All right, for a push down. We'll come back. We're back. So I'm looking for a break below the low of this candle, which is 96. So we did 695. And this is where we're being held up a little bit, and this is where I would be looking at the order flow. But there's no order flow in Forex. All right. So we have to rely on other means to manage this account. All right. So also with the spread, this is actually, all right. So that was a good push down. So with the spread, I would have to get out by buying the ask. Okay. So right here, I created an indicator where the ask is. All right. So technically, I want to be below, I want the ask to be below this little tail right here. All right. And that'll give a little bit more leeway and a little bit more confirmation. So there you go. That we're going to possibly, more confirmation that we're going to possibly, you get that? Uh, get, get to our target. I'm going to let this go and I'll come back. Now, if we look left, we'll see this candle. You could call it a hammer candle or pin bar. They have different names for it. But I want to go below here. I want to see the sellers go below violently. In other words, no tails, just completely down. All right. Don't want to see tails. Less tails mean more aggressiveness. All right. So we need to go below here. All right. It may pull back a little bit, but if we get more sellers in here, we want it to be here. And these little candles, you have buyers and sellers in here pretty much. I think we'll get right down to our target, well, the first target. All right, so we'll see. So far, we have plenty of sellers in here. We need to get below 694. All right. So if we can see 693, I think we'll be okay. All right. We got where we needed. We got to the point we just spoke about. But you see a little tail coming up. Let's make this a little bigger here. I don't want to see that tail. I want to see more aggressiveness pushing us down. Push, push, push. That's what I want to see. Don't want to see too much of a retracement. And if we do retrace, I don't want to see it go below, above here. All right. Because at that point, I'd be dropping my stop. All right. There's a big candle. So for buyers to push this up with a candle this strong, all right, there's a chance that we could reverse and go back up. This is just price action. Okay. There's nothing here telling this is just reading candlesticks. I've read candlesticks for about a year straight without even taking any trades. So these are pretty common. They play out. There you go. There's the push. You see the push? There was a lot of selling there. So here, I'll just go to break even. You see the buyers starting to come in here? We're still looking at this level here. That's where my management point is going to be, right at this, right at that level. So if my ask, which I would have to buy the ask to get out of this, we only have about we have about 4.5 pips right here. We come through here, we have 10. Okay. So you see the way that sellers are coming in right now? So we're pretty much, right now, we're pretty much at break even. All right, I'll put you guys on pause. I'll come back. Let's focus on the spread. Okay, we're at 113, 114, 112. Okay, so there's a lot of action happening out here. The smaller the spread, the more liquid. Okay, so that's telling me that more uh, money is coming into this trade. All right, 13, 12, 13. It was at 14 before, 12. Let's see if we can get to 11. There's going to be a specific number that's not going to go below. But if it goes up any higher, there you go. Hit, see 11 right there? We just hit 11. That's a new candle that's just forming. All right. So let's see if we can maintain that spread between 11 and 12. 13 right now is not great. All right. But if we can maintain the spread lower, there you go. 11, 12. I like that. And we got a red candle. Okay. So let's see if that continues. We're back. So we're hovering around 13 to 11. There's 11, there's 13, there's 12. 14, 15. You see this? We got a blue candle. All right. So we need to see these numbers come back down and some selling come back in. So we're at 15, 14. So the spread's getting wider, meaning there's less liquidity. So are sellers leaving right now? Appears to be. So we're averaging about 13 or 1.3 on the spread, and that's kind of normal for the Euro USD. The spread is pretty wide now. All right, we'll let it go. We'll see if it comes back down. So now there's a little battle. I think the sellers are going to actually see if this spread comes down a little bit. Well, 15, 14. So this may be the change to get these sellers back in. Shot up to 15. We're down to 14. Well, it's really 1.2, 1.3, but it makes a big difference. It's 6:19 a.m. Been in this trade since 4:40 a.m. Right? Obviously, you're going to have more than one lot or one mini lot when you're trading. If not, it's cool. One mini lot, that's fine. This is more for an educational purposes. And these are kind of trades that you could just set it and forget it, pretty much. So we need to come down about 4 pips. Actually, 6. All right, we'll see how it goes, and we'll come back. So it looks like we had strong sellers come in. We're right at the low of this candle. We're matching the low here. All right, so we have a bunch of buyers just came in. Now the sellers are back. Spread is getting a little wider though. We're just waiting. If this candle, it's called like a top candle, if it was below, that's a good sign that you continue down. But being that we haven't broke this low, let's see if we can maintain this area in here. Now, if we can make a push down, it's starting to come down a little bit now, but we are making lower highs, which is good. Okay, we just need lower lows to continue the trend. Just a micro trend right here. That little consolidation came back down again. So we'll let this go. I believe we're going to hit the target here. Just need to, has to hit it on the ask. All right, so we need to come down at least 3 more ticks here. And then we'll get out of the trade. So they can maintain the 1 to 2, 1 to 1. I don't think it'll ever get lower than 1 to 1. But this is a good, once we don't hit like 15s or 14, we just got a little higher. This 14, it went up a little bit, you see? We just had 15. So sellers are coming back in again. May take a couple of seconds for it to register, but that's what it'll look like. Now we got buyers coming in. See that spread? It's getting wider. We are coming down lower. We still need at least two pips to bring us to our target. We're at 93. We're at 92. Should we get that another push down? Should we get that push up? Sellers just came back in. You got to realize the amount of actual transactions that happen in Forex. I mean, huge numbers of trading. If I go to a 5-minute candle, see buyers are in control here on a 5-minute candle. So we're probably just going to go ahead and, so he get to, all right, so that looked good there. So let's go back to the 15-minute candle. You see that? Just had that big seller. It's kind of like a little of an engulfing candle. We don't think about the tail, right? So you had the sellers come in, and this spread, it could wick you out. Okay, so that's not great. Very deceiving. It took me a long time to learn how to trade with the spread active. Okay, because this is really not the price action is the price action, but the spread is what's going to get you. All right, that's why you want these spreads to be very, very small. Okay, so there are buyers and sellers here. Let's go back to the 15-minute. So let's see if we have. Oh, that's it. So I'm out. So I got filled there. So that's my trade. All right. So that's about it. I mean, first Forex trade that I've recorded. Let me know if you like this kind of price action or this kind of trading. It does take a lot more time. But these are trades that you could set and forget. It's not like you're sitting there scalping. These are more relaxed trades. You have a direction. You check in on it every so often. You put a stop and a target in, and you just go for it. That's it. All right. And of course, these could be scaled up as well, just like anything else. So if you like this kind of content, let me know. I'm going to post this one to my my Discord. All right. See you on the next one.